What up, Insane Rhetoric? What up, Insane Rhetoric? What up, Insane Rhetoric? You know what it is. The world is upside down. We're trying to make it right side up. In the new year, this is getting hard and hard and hard. People are just flat out crazy, man. I ain't no bones about it. I make no bones about it. No apologies. The people out here is just crazy. They don't want nothing to work. I don't know what's wrong with these folks. It must be in the water. What's going on, sister? What's good?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Shoot.
Good morning, y'all.
There's a big ball of not knowing. Everybody ignorant these days. You got a few smart people in the world with a whole lot of ignorance.
Good morning, y'all.
I can't stand
how y'all doing out there? Woo.
You're like, you remember the Boondocks? I can't stand these ignorant niggas, Huey.
That's what Dr. King said, y'all, on the Boondocks. They had an episode about Dr. King coming back to life. He was in cryogenics. Okay.
Huey, Dr. King, don't act like that, Dr. King.
I'm giving a shout out to my uncle today, y'all. My uncle is 80 years old today.
Shout out
Happy
to Big
birthday,
Unc.
Uncle.
Shout out to Big Unc, 80 years old. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
And 80 years old. It's an accomplishment and it's a blessing.
Yeah.
So what we doing? We going to see Uncle today?
I got class today.
Taking pause that. Uncle, 80 years old. You can do the class at Uncle's birthday. I'll probably show them how to put his leg up on the shoulder.
Anyway, I love you, Uncle. I'm trying to make it to the birthday party, okay? I don't know if I can make it, but I'm trying to make it to the birthday party.
She gonna be there. She gonna make it happen.
Okay.
So we gotta be there. Insane Rhetoric says happy birthday to Uncle Joe at 80 years old. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Uncle. Okay. Y'all, listen. Okay. So update. Damar Hamlin.
Yes.
They have removed. Okay, for those of you who are like me, don't really watch football, don't care about football, don't listen to football news, turn the TV and cringe whenever football is on, except when the Bengals are playing in the Super Bowl. Hey, I'm gonna watch it then. Okay, listen. So he plays for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
And the other night in New York, they were playing. They were playing the Bengals.
They was playing your team, Cincinnati.
They was playing the Bengals. This is why I know what was going on here. I only watched Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, so they was playing the Bengals, and Damar Hamlin had a heart attack in mid-play. Like
they rooted a heart attack? I didn't see that part. They rooted a heart attack?
Yeah. See, I keep up with football better than you.
Hey, well, listen, I mean, I've been watching football all my life, so sometimes I just don't care what happens. They ain't paying me, so I don't.
So, anyway, he had a heart attack. He been in critical condition quite a bit. They had a breathing tube and everything for him. Yeah. Well, they removed the breathing tube.
Well, that's good. And because the last time I heard, like I say, when he was on the field, they say he didn't have no heart rhythm for 10 minutes. That's clinically dead after 5 minutes. That brain is lack of oxygen. That ain't no good sign. So for him to turn around like that is such a blessing to have some of that stuff come off so far, and hopefully he just increasingly gets better. But right now, he has the best care. When you talking about the NFL, they gonna make sure you're right, especially when they paying you all that money. They gonna do whatever they gotta do to get him back to par. But that might be something different that they're gonna need to look at though.
Well, they say his brain function is still intact.
Well, that's good.
And he's been able to talk to his family, his teammates, via FaceTime, and his care team.
Right.
So
that's good. That's like, I mean, that's a real blessing, you know what I'm saying? So because for something like that to happen on the field, you don't want to see that at all. And then anybody, it don't matter who it is. I mean, that's a rough game, you know what I'm saying? With you have the intention to go out and put your body and mind on the line night after night, knowing if you in one of those positions, you either defending or you going to get hit intentionally every time. Quarterbacks, you're going to get hit. Running backs, wide receivers, they put their body on the line because anytime they come off that line of scrimmage, we know if you a top flight player, we're aiming for you. So I mean, to even have that mental capacity is something different. So prayers go out to, Damar Hamlin, because man, that I seen that highlight, and that was when he took the hit. When he hit the person, it didn't seem like it was that much contact. But then, like somebody explained to me, when the other defender fell on him, that might have been what did it, So I mean, but I don't know.
Yeah. He's still in critical condition, but he came to the team meeting and on FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, "Love you, boys."
Well, that's good. Listen, anytime you got speech, you're breathing on your own. Because for a while they say that he was on a ventilator. And anytime you're on a ventilator, that ain't no good sign. But for them to remove him for the ventilator and then take the tube out, and then you're engaged and you have cognitive thought, I mean, that you doing good, because it didn't have to be that way. So that's a plus.
Yeah. So, but in other news, okay, so Twitter is all a Twitter. Twitter is all the Twitter. Get it? Did y'all get it? Oh, okay, yeah, y'all got it.
Yeah, it's
Twitter, all the Twitter though. Twitter. Yeah, Twitter is all a Twitter because, well, Skip Bayless.
Oh, Skipper, the Skipster.
Yeah.
What did he say in this situation? Is what I'm interested in hearing. I pretty much know, but I'm interested in hearing what did he say. Probably some retarded.
So this is what he tweeted, y'all. During the incident, like in the heat of the moment, this is what he tweeted. Skip Bayless tweeted, "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant."
Like I said, some retarded. You ain't giving a care about the person laying on the field. You know what I'm saying? You worried about the schedule of the game so you can keep commenting, doing your commentation and making your money. But like I say, I'm gonna put another spin on it, like just like I do. That would have been a white boy laying on the field. You wouldn't have said nothing like that. I'm just saying. Just last year, we fired what? Not we, but they fired like 3 major head coaches for racism.
So here's the deal. I just read that tweet. Okay, y'all. I know I always be teasing that I'm the white person on the panel.
You don't say.
But I just read that tweet. This is why I find it offensive, because I don't find it offensive really that much. I find it offensive a little bit. Let me tell you what I find offensive. What I find offensive is if you were going to tweet something, it shouldn't have been anything but something to the effect of, man, I hope he's okay. Like, please let him be okay. The end. So what he tweeted was, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? So I translate that in my head. They probably going, oh my God, this happened. They're probably gonna say we need to, postpone the rest of the game. Ooh, how they gonna do that? Okay, that's what I heard. Hold on. Just hear me out. The next part. This late in the season, this is a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome. Okay, so oh my God. This boy just I hope he's okay. Oh, they're gonna probably have to end the game. Ooh, wonder how they're gonna do that because it's so late in the season. And this is an integral part of what happens with who's gonna go to the Super Bowl and they don't have an outcome. So what are they gonna do? Then he said, these are his words, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. So he was saying they probably gonna have to end the game. This boy done fell out. They done probably have to end the game. They got the, it's gonna be a hard decision on how to move forward to the Super Bowl. But the Super Bowl seems so irrelevant now. It's so irrelevant because this boy is laying on the field. That's what he said. Y'all, I just translated for y'all what this white boy said, because I speak white boy. I speak white person.
I'm glad somebody on the show do. I'm just saying.
That's what
y'all need to like, subscribe, and follow. Somebody got to translate Aborigine. Yes.
That's not Aborigine. That's white boy. That's white person.
I know.
They not the Aborigines of this land. Okay.
That's a history show for another time.
Okay. So because he made it seem like he was only worried about the way he worded them made it seem like he was only concerned about Super Bowl. But he wasn't. He was actually saying that the Super Bowl is irrelevant right now.
Yeah, like I say, when stuff like that happens, immediately commentators, journalists take to the floor and start saying stuff, and sometimes they don't proofread what they say before they put it out. My thing is, your first concern as a human being, I don't care what he was saying at the end of that tweet, your first concern should be toward the person who has an injury or that is laying on the field for whatever reason. That's the problem. That's the problem with human beings now. You see somebody out there in the street fighting, instead of trying to help and break something up, the first thing you do is pick up your camera phone and start recording it and then put it on Facebook or put it on Instagram or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the nature of people right now sucks. You know what I'm saying? You ain't thinking it, because if that would have been you, you wouldn't want nobody to be thinking about no NFL or no Super Bowl. You would want somebody to be concerned with the person that's laying down on the ground, especially if it's you. You know, you got people walk down the street and then just fall out, and ain't nobody even trying to help them, just walking over them. So I don't, as a journalist, as a commentator, I think it's certain things you should make sure that you word properly to the best of your ability before you have your Johnsons in a sling, for lack of a better word. That's just what it is. I don't know. But regardless about all that, man, I know I seen one of the interviews with Shannon Sharpe, and he was turning him a new one.
Yeah. So okay. So when he said it was a misunderstanding, and Bayless, he said
it's always a misunderstanding when you finna lose your job. It's like when people start calling for your job.
But it is a misunderstanding, because I heard it.
Well, you speak white folks. You speak whitey. Everybody don't speak that.
He said nothing is more important than that young man's health. That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if that was misunderstood, but his health is all that matters.
That's a PR person telling him to go and dedact your last statement. Like being in music, you know how that stuff works. When you say something just off the fly and off the flip, it's just like being a president. You say something that ain't on the teleprompter and you just react to what's being said because tensions is high. PR person gonna come in and tell you need to dedact this statement. That's just the way the game goes. Somebody probably sent him from his company, told him, hey, man, you need to rephrase that and tell them this is what I meant.
So the NFL postponed the game, which means they got to play the game again.
As well as they should have.
Because both of the teams, coaches and everything, both sides was like, no, let's postpone it. We're not going to play. That's it. We're not playing. And then they showed the solidarity on, all the people on the field. They was all huddled together on bending knee. So the teams are like, no, stop. That's it. We.
And which that shows the ability that the league has compared to the owners. Because for them guys to say, hey, we ain't gonna play, the NFL could have said, no, if you don't play, we're gonna dock your pay. They could have said that. You know what I'm saying? But for them to huddle up and respond to the accident, and the team itself and the coaches saying we ain't playing, that shows how much of a movement that you have in the NFL with that brotherhood, that camaraderie. And I'm just amazed that, I get it. Some people were religious, whatever, but it was a show a whole lot of people won't bend the knee. They ain't had no problem with that, like they had a problem with Colin Kaepernick not standing for the national anthem on whatever song that is.
Yeah.
I'm just glad the boy doing better.
Yeah. So now they're supposed to be.
Shouts out to him and his family. Because I know that gotta be hard. And then one of the things I read, his mother was in the stand when he was playing that game.
Yeah, boy, I think 23 years old.
Yeah, because I think
24.
24. I think he had just got signed to a major contract with them. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I think just recently happened not too long ago. He had got a big contract to play for them.
Well, now people worried about them. Now people are talking about is this the end of Skip Bayless? I don't think so.
Yeah, listen, it might be at the end of him at that particular network, but somebody else will pick him up. That's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, and he's talking about now just like severing his tie with Shannon Sharpe because.
Well, he was the one that jumped on. Shannon was trying to talk and get his point across, but Skip wouldn't let him say nothing.
Well, he said he wasn't expecting to talk about it on the show.
Why wouldn't it? It just happened. That's what you do when you're a commentator. Why? Soon as we hear something about a news feed, Insane Rhetoric is on it, trying to figure out what's going on. These dudes are millionaires and top commentators. Something like that, you watching the games. They all watching the games. They ex-football players. They watching the games, and now they commentating on the game. Why wouldn't you talk about that? For him to even think like that is stupid. Nah, I said it. That's stupid. Because soon as something happens like that in any league, they putting those films up, those clips, and they're talking about it right then. So why would Skip think that Shannon Sharpe would not talk about that?
So Charles Barkley.
Oh Lord, Chucky.
You know, Chucky. He always he got a thing against Shannon Sharpe anyway. So he's his newest mock against Shannon Sharpe is this. He call him Bert and Ernie. Shannon Sharpe. Mm-hmm. He call him Bert and Skip Bayless. He call him Bert and Ernie. Okay. So he said, this is the quote, y'all. This is what he said to Shaquille O'Neal. I'm sick of you, man. I'm sick of you. He was joking about the two of them. And he said this to Shaquille O'Neal on the Inside the NBA on TNT, Inside the NBA. Mm-hmm. And so he's laughing while he's saying it. I'm sick of you, man. I'm sick of you. You interrupted Ernie already. Your first show of the year, you already interrupted him. Can he finish his monologue? Because it was in the middle of the monologue that they started arguing with each other.
Right.
On their show.
Right. Like, and then, like, dude, Shannon Sharpe ain't gonna be hurt if you leave. I can tell you that now. His money ain't gonna depreciate if you leave. Matter of fact, Skippy, Shannon Sharpe got more recognition than you do. So I mean, it ain't gonna hurt him at all. And then Charles kills me because Charles, it ain't a lot you can say. You ain't got no championships in nothing. You got the recognition of being one of the aggressive people in basketball. Okay, so was Dennis Rodman. But Dennis at least got a couple of rings.
Y'all, the man didn't mean what y'all think he meant. I'm just saying.
Well, he should have said it. We can't run that by just like it's nothing. Just like when Orange Hair say something and then he didn't mean it like that. Well, that's how it came off. So that's what they gonna run with. So bye, Skippy. Learn to phrase your words properly. See, I can say what I want on this show because it's my show. And I'm not backed by no sponsor. And I ain't scared of none of y'all. So, like, I mean, I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. Now, you cannot like it. You can also tell me you shouldn't say that, like the word retarded. Oh, that's not politically correct, but I said it. So if I ain't pointed directly to you and it's just a blanketed statement, some people just retarded. If you put your feet in them shoes, then that's what you got. Then I guess you're retarded. Because you're talking about me being retarded. Well, you just put your feet there.
So here's the thing. Okay. Shannon, this is what Shannon Sharpe was trying to say in his monologue. So we don't know where he was going with it because Skip wouldn't let him talk.
Right, old Skipper wouldn't let him talk. He was commanding the ship.
So here's the quote. He said, "I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field." Skip tweeted something, and although I disagreed with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I wanted, only got there. He didn't get to say, see, he was probably going where I was going, but he didn't get to say what he was gonna say because Skip Bayless jumped in and said, "I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted."
Like all righteous white people do. They want to take control of the ship, and it could be something that's beneficial in somebody else saying something. So because you didn't know how to shut up and listen to the brother on the show, you got into it, and now your feelings hurt. Now you want to sabotage. Bye.
So then Shannon Sharpe tried to bring it back to the Mr. Hamlin. Okay. But Bayless kept talking.
Like Whitey do.
I didn't think you were going to bring up this topic.
Why wouldn't he bring it up?
So they go on and on and on for about a minute. Okay.
Listen, if Christopher Columbus was listening to the Black Navigator on the ship, they would have landed up where they needed to be ahead of time because old Chris was going the wrong way. History lesson from Insane Rhetoric. I'm just saying. Listen to the people and you find out what's going on and then you make your assertion then. But you think you know it all the time. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Then you get burned. He just got burned.
So Shannon Sharpe said, "I apologize for what we're going to set out to do here today. If it offends anyone, because we're going to try to do a show pretty much as usual. I'll admit up front that I'm still in shock upon what happened with Damar Hamlin. In fact, I'm still wrecked. In fact, I'm not sure if I'm capable of doing this show today." Because Shannon Sharpe missed the show the next day. Like
I mean, but like I said, these guys are football players, so they know what that's like. I mean, they know what that's like to have to deal with injuries and see people take nasty hits. I remember when football was not that safe. You be a wide receiver and go across the middle and one of them defenders hit you with that suicide run.
So I got a question. I got a question.
What up?
Is Skip Bayless an NFL Hall of Fame person like Shannon Sharpe?
No, we have to look that up. We would have to look that up.
Did Skip Bayless play ball?
I think he did. Most of them dudes did.
I'm asking because y'all know I don't know. If y'all know the answer, could y'all like put it in the comments or like did y'all let me know? Because I'm seriously asking because I didn't know. Like I just thought he was a person who knew the game well and so therefore he comments on the game.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to. He's a journalist, right? Like that's all he's ever been is a journalist.
I think he's just a journalist. I don't think he ever played.
I mean, other than maybe in, Little League or high school or something. Like he's not like Shannon Sharpe, right?
No.
Okay, but y'all listen. Let's just get this straight right here, y'all. Okay, y'all know I said on the fan. Okay, listen. So he's a journalist. He was born and raised in Oklahoma. That should tell you a lot right there.
Oh, it does. If you know what I mean.
Okay, y'all. Oklahoma. The man is born in Oklahoma. Okay. So y'all. Let's just get that straight right there.
No, he's always been a commentator. He never played football. He's always been an analyst.
So he's someone who studied the game, knows the game well,
but never played.
But he's never actually played. Now, I'm not saying that a person who's never done something can't understand it, but I don't think that he's going to have it's going to have quite the same emotional impact.
No, it won't.
As someone who has actually played the game. So this show that they have probably works because they both understand the game and they both come from the opposite sides of the game.
I think maybe Skip should put on some pads and go down there to the Buffalo Bills and see how well he can do. Then you come back with a better appreciation of why people have that outlook. I don't believe that you should talk about something that you don't have no experience in. Just because you studied something doesn't mean that you have real life world experience in it. A lot of people study quantum physics and just because they like to read it, but they don't really know how the application works.
Okay. Well, Skip Bayless, you over there at ESPN. Y'all, if y'all go back and look, you'll see what we think about ESPN because we have several shows about ESPN. I don't think I need to say that anymore.
No, you just need to go to the archives of Insane Rhetoric and look at some of the clips on ESPN. They are not the network to work for.
I mean, the boys fighting for his life. We need to be concerned about that. That's all we need to be. Listen, right. I don't understand the world today that we have to go on and on and on about a whole bunch of superfluous information, and we never really look at what's really the problem. The orange hair. Okay, sorry. I had some in my throat. The orange hair. Okay. So.
Hey, like, subscribe, and follow, man.
Y'all, the man fighting for his life. He just had a breathing tube removed from him. Can we just think about this young man, 24 years old, had a heart attack on the field while in the middle of his job. He had a heart attack on the job.
At 24.
Can we just talk about him? I think so.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on past this because Skipper is getting me upset. I don't want to be bothered. I got to keep my blood pressure regulated.
Okay, so we're going to hop on over to Nairobi, Kenya.
Oh, Lord. You can go from one extreme to the next.
Yeah.
Ain't they dealing with the Cuban Missile Crisis? Ain't they somebody talking about blowing up Haitians and Cubans?
Listen, y'all, they found.
And Nigerians are like, what's going on?
Okay, y'all, they found a LGBTQ activist. He's in Kenya. He's from Kenya. The LGBTQ activist is from Kenya. He's Kenyan. How many times more I need to say that? Okay. They found him in a metal box. Dead.
Well, I'm sure he wasn't alive in a metal box.
His body was found stuffed in a metal box. He was found on the side of the road.
I guess they like the LGBTQ community over in Kenya.
So a motorcycle taxi operator reported seeing the box being dumped by a vehicle with no license plate. There was apparently a nearby roadblock, and maybe that's why it was dumped, because they didn't want them to search them during the roadblock. I don't know. I'm using my imagination here, y'all. But yeah. A motorcycle taxi operator reported seeing it being dumped to the police, who were nearby doing a roadblock.
Well, this is my thing. You know, I don't joke around when it comes to anybody's loss of life. I think that is a sad and horrific event that ever could happen, especially if you're young and it's cut short. But there are several countries that frown on what's the word? I need you to be politically correct right here. What's the word that people go by when you talk about homosexuality or whatever the case may be, whatever persuasion you want to lean to? Like, you can go to Russia, and we know a lot about Russia since Brittany been over there for a while. You can go to Russia and you can actually be in prison for being a homosexual. I think in some parts of China, it's the same thing, because they don't want you to do that at all. So you look at the countries that surround the United States and surround the United States and around the world. You know, everybody don't have that type of liberty that the United States have in being of other persuasions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, tribes that actually kill people because they go another way. So, I mean, everybody don't see that as being right.
So the young man's name is Edwin Chiloba. I'm sorry, Chiloba. Edwin Chiloba. That's whose body was found in the metal box, decomposing. So
yeah, that happens immediately to death. And then decomposing don't wait. Mm-hmm. Is this somebody?
He was wearing women's clothes.
Okay. See.
He was taken to the hospital so that they could establish the cause of death.
Well, they had to shoot him or stab him because he wasn't going to voluntarily get in no box.
Yeah. They have arrested one person because some neighbors saw him and two other persons move a metal box from Chiloba's house.
Mm-hmm.
So once it was identified that this decomposing body was in a metal box and that it was Chiloba's, the Chiloba's neighbor said, "Oh, we saw this happen." So they arrested one person of the three.
Wow.
His name is Jack Tone Ambo. He's a photographer based out of Nairobi.
He was probably gay too.
He spent New Year's Day with Chiloba.
Told you. Told you.
They heard the neighbors heard some kind of commotion. They heard crying. And then he hadn't been seen again by his neighbors after that night.
So the photographer whacked him. Case solved.
There was a foul smell coming from the house.
Sure it was.
And the suspect told them that it was from a dead rat.
You know, I can't believe that, because like, if you ever been around people who has died in a humane way, the smell of death from a human corpse to a rodent is extremely different. Like, it ain't the same. So no, it ain't the same.
So he's been attacked, Mr. Edwin Chiloba. He's been attacked before for his activism. So,
Well, I mean, what Martin Luther King say? Martin Luther King say, if you ain't ready to die for your cause, you ain't never ready to quite live.
So Amnesty International, they have launched a full independent investigation because they want to see if it's about his homosexuality or what it was. So they've launched their own investigation.
But what else is it about? If he didn't have no history in drugs or street trafficking or whatever, and then you being outspoken about what you believe and how you are, whatever, and then being that you're Black doing it. We have a history. Like I say, I don't know how much more I can say about this, but anytime that you are Black and you're outspoken, they want to get rid of you. You know who they is. Even if you're white and you're speaking about Black issues to try to change the narrative of Black people, they get rid of you. Prime example, JFK. Their family has had horrific tragedies for a long time. And Bobby and JF wanted to actually help the people in some sense. You know what I'm saying? So then you had freaking Martin, then you had Malcolm, then you had Huey. Come on, man. Like I say, anytime it comes about speaking out and standing up for what you believe, if they don't like it, they have a problem with you. So you can put your feet in whoever they shoes you want to put them in, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. They have activists from across the globe, calling upon President William Ruto to, quote, ensure the protection and promotion of human rights of sexual and gender minorities. Edwin Chiloba was a fashion designer.
That's why he was hanging with the photographer. That's why I say we already know who did that. You're a fashion designer, that's the way some of them move. I have never seen a straight fashion designer, male fashion designer on TV, because I don't know none in person. I have.
That's not to say that there aren't any, y'all.
I didn't say.
Let's just make it clear. That's not what he said.
I didn't say that they were not. I just said I have never seen a straight one. I have never seen a straight one.
Well, like you said, Kenya is not a place where same-sex
marriages go.
It's illegal.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like I say, just because you over there in that country don't mean that you have the same liberties as people in the United States.
And their president has said that rights between them is a non-issue. Like we're not talking about that. It's a non-issue.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have same-sex relationships.
I mean, and there's a lot of countries that's like that.
Yeah.
I know China is one of them, because China only wants you to have one daughter. And then if they didn't change their rule, they want you to have one daughter. If you have any more daughters other than that, they start to execute them. They want a male-driven society. And China was like that for a long time. It was illegal for you to have more than one daughter. Like you can fix that. That almost sounds like Adolf Hitler. We want a perfect race.
Yeah.
I want a perfect race. Dude, DNA don't let you do that. Dana, you can't predict Dana.
So China has a 3 children policy.
Mm-hmm.
They have a 3. I had to go talk about it because one of y'all gonna be on. I had to go find it because one of y'all gonna be on the Real Talk page, and I'm gonna have to tell you to shut up.
Like, subscribe, and follow.
So this is their family planning policy, because we've known for years that they've been overpopulated.
Yeah.
Okay. So beginning in 1979, China implemented the one-child policy, which stipulated that a couple could only have one child, resulting in the declining population. And okay, so they were trying to like
govern the population of people.
Okay. So then it's a 3-child policy now. Okay. Because as of 2020, they're finally down to 12 million.
Down to 12. That is
that's the births. I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear. 12 million births.
Oh, okay.
That's the lowest it's ever been since 1960. So they've been fighting this thing with population. 12 million births per year is what they're down to now.
There's a lot of people in China. That's the man list. There's a lot of people over there, boy.
So in 2021, they adopted the policy 3 children.
Mm-hmm. So what happens if a family has 4? Somebody gonna come up missing?
Yeah. I don't know.
You gotta realize China is a communist country. So, I mean, somebody gonna go missing. There's too many mouths to feed around her town. Let's go. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just hilarious. Like when you have the ability to have many children as you want in the United States, you have a government in another country that dictates to your family to tell you, hey, you can only have this many kids. India ain't like that. That's another overpopulated country. Everybody had kids over in India. There ain't no rule with that. You know, like it's crazy. I don't know.
Okay, so they can now have as many children as they like without facing any fines. So, answer to your question, you have extra children, you have fines.
You have extra children and you have fines.
Yeah, you get fined.
So every kid that you have after 3, you start to
That
pay.
was the old policy. They can now have as many children as they would like without any fines or consequences.
Okay. I was like, what? So now I gotta pay a fine, like back taxes on a kid that I had after 3. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. I'm like, this is rough. What else we got, co-host? That kid thing, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Well, so this one is just sad to me, but
sad.
Yeah. So there's a group from the United States called the Whispers.
I remember them.
Well, Gordy Harmon, one of the founding members, he's 79. He died in Los Angeles.
Wow. When was that? This week?
Yeah.
Wow. What was one of their platinum songs that they sung? I know there was a lot of them. They was movers and shakers like the Temptations. That was the Whisperers, the Temptations, and what is the other group? The Platters. Like that was like some of them 3 groups that was coming out of Motown that was doing some of everything. You remember some of the Whisper songs?
He left the group after he had an injury in 1973 to his larynx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know how important that larynx is to speak.
They were in Watts. Most of them lived in Watts. In the Jordan Downs Housing Project.
For those who don't know, Watts was in where? California.
Wallace and Walter Scott joined with Mr. Harmon, Marcus Hudson, and Nicholas Caldwell, and they formed the band.
That's when you had to have talent. You ain't got to have talent to make it in the industry now. So all you need is a good music hook, good melody, and some words that can't nobody understand, and a nice beat. You had to have talent to do that. Most of them guys back there, man, was crazy talented. You know, that's the era that Michael Jackson came up in, and that's why he was so phenomenal. You know, he got a chance to be with what is your boy name? Barry Gordy and freaking what is the great producer name? Oh my God, what is his name? You know his name?
Smokey Robinson?
No. I said producer, not song.
Oh.
What's the old guy name used to play trumpet back in the day with Ray?
Quincy Jones.
Yeah, thank you. Q. So, you know, he came up under that era with people. So that's why Michael Jackson was so phenomenal. Michael Jackson was just that guy. He was a prodigy, genius, you know, early. So, I mean, but yeah. So, because I mean, like I say, them guys, man, like Stanley Clarke on bass, man, Stanley and Jabbo playing drums for like freaking JB. Man, them cats was the deal, and it always had a bad horn section behind them. Them cats was the deal. You had to have talent. Now that's all you gotta do is push a button.
Push a button.
Push the button.
Oh.
Like, subscribe, and follow.
Yeah.
Follow the yellow brick road.
So they got that name from someone that had a small record label and said that they should be called the Whispers because of their soft singing tone.
Mm. Yeah, they wasn't loud in a lot of stuff. They were just, the boys had harmony. Oh my God. They had some harmony. It is what it is. So, okay.
So they were invited by Sly Stone, Sylvester Stone. Sly Stone.
Oh, Sly and the Family Stone?
Yeah, Sly and the Family Stone.
Okay.
Sylvester
Like,
Stone.
you throwing me out with Sylvester, and I'm thinking,
well, that's his name.
No. I'm talking about Sylvester Stallone when you was putting it together like that, and I was like,
no.
Sly and the Family Stones.
Sly and the Family Stone. Sly Stone.
Yeah, got
it. Invited them to the Bay Area in 1966 to sing, and then they just ended up relocating their group over there. But they came out of Watts.
Yeah. Where is Wes McCauley? Is Wes McCauley still alive? Larry Graham Central Station, one of the baddest bass players around.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. Y'all probably know And the Beat Goes On.
Yep.
That's the Whispers from the 70s, 80s.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
I heard all these tunes later. I didn't come around.
It's a Love Thing. Rock Steady.
Yep. Hard bass line.
Yeah. Well, he's dead, y'all, in 79.
Wow. That's a long life though, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a long life. And he accomplished a lot, because you thinking about the time that he came up in and then being born in Watts. the Watts riot. Oh my God. Like, yeah, he accomplished a lot.
Yes, Larry Graham is still alive. He's born in Beaumont, Texas, y'all. And that's here in the Houston area, like right outside of Houston, a city that's outside of Houston.
I didn't know he was born in Beaumont, but I knew he was from somewhere in Texas. Now you talking about a songwriter, producer, and a bass player?
Well, he was with Sly and the Family Stone.
Man.
Larry Graham, he was with Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah, I remember.
Before he went to Graham Central Station.
Before he saw the Graham Central Station. Because didn't Boosie come through there too?
I think Sly probably had a whole bunch of people come through him.
But I'm just saying, but Boosie, I think he went through Sly too, through the Family Stones, because Boosie was around that time, and that, like I say, another wicked bass player. Graham Central Station. That dude, I remember when Larry Graham had a Asian drummer, and he called him the Wicker on his album. When I tell you this boy could play, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. So
that whole album, the one he did with One in a Million, Graham Central Station, One in a Million, when he made that song super famous, that whole album was just
one.
Yep.
In a million.
Yep.
Chance. I can't sing, y'all. Of a lifetime.
And life, show compassion. He killed that. Man, some of the greats are just like, oh man, it's just crazy, man. Like, I still be reflecting on Luther. A chair is still a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. But a house is not a home. Okay, that's enough.
When we get married, I remember when we get married, Larry Graham. When we get married. Okay. When we get married. Okay, I'm sorry.
Man, them cats was clowning, man. They was doing their thing.
But anyway, y'all like, subscribe, follow. We getting ready to go.
Yeah, we got to get out of here. You finna take us out?
Yeah, we got. Y'all listen. Y'all need to like, subscribe, follow. Apparently, y'all. I don't know. People just coming up. They just talking about us on the internet. We came up. We saw some stuff. Yesterday. Me and Fire saw some stuff yesterday. We was like, wow.
Right. Like, hey.
So, listen, y'all like, subscribe, follow, and go listen to some of our episodes. And we want y'all to have a good New Year. I'm still saying Happy New Year. I'm excited.
Somebody said Happy New Year to me, and I just really wanted to stomp on their face.
Okay.
I didn't like the person. I didn't think that they had the right to talk to me. So it's like,
well,
really,
y'all can say Happy New Year to me.
you can say Happy New Year to me also, but this particular person I don't like, and they really don't like me. So it's like, why would you even say anything to me?
Maybe they're trying to start over with the new year.
I don't need you to start over. When you tear your drawers, I'll leave you alone. I'll be trying to be a good, upstanding, forgiving person.
Okay, I'm kind of like that too, but there's just one person. There's one person in particular that I'm gonna find it very hard not to respond to if they say so. They probably know they shouldn't say anything, which would be a good thing.
Is your response going to be negative if they try to respond, or is it going to be of maybe trying to do better? How's your response going to be?
You know, I'm always gonna try to have a good response.
I mean, okay. I'm just saying because you might have changed the dynamic in 2023.
Well, I have changed. So there's this one person that I've been knowing a long time, and we had a conversation this week, and I finally let that person know some things, and they said, "Well, I didn't feel like our relationship was like that," and I said, "But it is." And then they said, "Well, I don't really know what to say to you."
How about bye? Bye is a good place to start.
And then they said, "But we've been friends for a long time. We'll get over this." I said, "Well, we probably will." But there's another person. I'm just gonna tell y'all they my kryptonite.
I be going off that kryptonite, straight up on that kryptonite.
They my kryptonite, so I don't know what's gonna happen if they decide they gonna say something. But I'm probably gonna still be, because I'm working on that. I'm working on being calm and chill, like, but not letting you say whatever you want to say.
I don't believe in it. I believe when people get out of pocket with you and they know how your demeanor is and they keep pushing you, I believe that you should blow up on people sometime. And then it puts in perspective how they should come to you next time, or it does one or two things. It puts it in perspective of how they should come to you, or that it puts them in perspective of they should leave you alone. In any case, you win. So I'm like, if you know me and you know that I'm a laid back person and I can pretty much deal with anything and anybody, but you keep pushing one thing just to try to see what I'm going to do, eventually I'm just going to go ahead and blow up on you. And then I'm going to just go ahead and let you have it so you can know not to play with me. Like, I'm a firm believer in sometimes you got to put your foot on a person's neck for them to respect who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the old days of slavery, a lot of Black people couldn't do that because the laws wasn't for them. But like now, I wish a person would try to talk to me sideways and all the stuff that I know being my age. I wish they would. Because I just push the pen on you and have you jammed up on paper without touching you, and you be wondering why you're going through all this. So, I mean, like,
I don't think they're gonna come. I don't think they're gonna come back. What's your famous quote? What's your famous quote?
My famous quote is it better to be feared or better to be loved?
We can't have both.
No.
Oh.
Just saying. Which one you gonna be? What box you gonna fall in? I'm gonna tell you like this. I'd rather be feared.
Well, I don't think they're gonna come back.
Well,
I'm just identifying that.
You're optimistic.
No.
You're not optimistic of them not coming back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna come back. I'm just saying that every time they come back, it's like kryptonite for me. So I'm working on that part.
Yeah. You need something that's stronger than kryptonite. Like cryptocurrency. I got the money, so you don't have to.
They looking into him. We don't need to run cryptocurrency. We don't need.
Man, they're looking at everybody. That ain't nothing.
Anyway, y'all, like, subscribe, follow. You can hit us up and on our Facebook page, on our webpage. Go to our Real Talk page, go to our Facebook page, leave us comments, whatever you want to talk about. I'm probably going to say shut up. And if you're talking about doing something illegal, I'm probably going to report you. Just saying.
Ain't no probably. That's a fact. You ain't got to look for no probably in there. She's going to report you. I'm not.
Because we just talk about the craziness and how we feel about the craziness, but we're not going to try to do no craziness.
I never show my hand.
Okay, so go over to our Real Talk page, listen to our podcast on pretty much every podcast platform, not just on YouTube. We're pretty much everywhere.
We are everywhere.
And we love you, Germany. We don't know why y'all love us so much, but
hey, we ain't mad. Thanks, Germany.
I'm not sure why y'all like us so much, but okay. But anyway, y'all remember, as always, to enjoy the ride that is Insane Rhetoric. And we will see you next time here live on the YouTube channel. Just saying.
Like, subscribe, and follow. Pick us
up. Tune in. Because we're about to go into season 3, y'all.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We're about to go into season 3. We already planning some stuff. So
how long we been doing this now?
Good little minute.
Yeah.
Good little minute.
It's all good. Don't despise small beginnings.
All right, y'all.